1,000-pound sisters Tammy Slaton steps out after skin removal surgery. Tammy Slaton's life has taken a dramatic and inspiring turn in recent years, as she continues to embrace her transformation and explore new goals that once seemed unreachable. After years of battling obesity and undergoing a life-saving weight loss journey, Tammy is now venturing into a new chapter that includes something she's never truly experienced before: the freedom and confidence to drive a car. Not just any car, but her dream ride, a classic Ford Mustang GT. Tammy's story began unfolding publicly in 2020 when she and her sister Amy became reality TV stars through the hit TLC series 1000 lb Sisters. The show chronicled their struggles with food addiction, their complex family dynamics, and their hopes of undergoing bariatric surgery to save their lives. At the time, Tammy weighed over 700 pounds and was largely immobile, dependent on others for the most basic activities. But after years of hard work, a roller coaster of setbacks, and the support of professionals and loved ones, Tammy has achieved a major milestone. She has shed hundreds of pounds and even undergone skin removal surgery to help her feel more comfortable in her new body. Now at age 38, Tammy feels ready to embrace life in ways she once only dreamed about. She recently shared on the Creative Chaos podcast that she has developed an interest in driving, something that seemed completely out of reach during her heaviest years. While she admitted that she's still far from being road-ready, her desire to get behind the wheel is very real. What's even more telling is her choice of a dream vehicle, the vintage Ford Mustang GT, a car that represents power, style, and independence. Tammy referred to it affectionately as a vintage stang, clearly showing not only her passion for the vehicle but also her deepening interest in car culture. However, Tammy's desire to drive doesn't come without hesitation. She openly discussed her fear of semi-trucks, pointing out that their size and limited visibility make her nervous. She's particularly anxious about their blind spots, noting that truck drivers often can't see smaller vehicles that are too close to their sides. This fear is not unfounded. Many new drivers share similar concerns, and for someone like Tammy, who's only recently begun imagining herself behind the wheel, it adds another layer of complexity to the decision to pursue driving. But despite her apprehensions, Tammy is determined not to let fear rule her life. She understands that driving is not only a symbol of freedom but also a practical skill that could further her independence and self-confidence. As she revealed on the podcast, she does plan to take driving lessons when the time feels right. It's not just about owning a fancy car or cruising down the highway, it's about reclaiming control over her own life in a way she never could before. Her journey toward considering driving has not been a smooth one. Tammy shared a few personal and sometimes frightening stories related to being on the road. One such moment came during a long trip where she and the driver found themselves dangerously close to falling asleep while driving. Though she had no idea how to actually drive a car, Tammy forced herself to stay awake and alert just to make sure they made it safely to their destination. The experience left a mark on her and likely contributed to her initial hesitation about learning to drive herself. The pressure and responsibility of being behind the wheel, especially when safety is at stake, is not something she takes lightly. Another incident that stands out in her memory involves a golf cart ride with her brother, Chris Combs. What began as a moment of light-hearted fun quickly turned into something much more intense. Tammy had been excited to take the wheel of the golf cart, enjoying the speed and sense of control. But things took a frightening turn when she found herself heading directly for a tree. In a split second, she had to make a choice to avoid an even worse crash. Though she managed to steer away from major danger, the experience shook her deeply and took her some time to mentally recover from. It served as another reminder that while the idea of driving is exciting, it comes with real-world risks. Still, Tammy isn't one to back down from a challenge anymore. Her transformation has been more than physical, it's also been mental and emotional. Losing over 2,000 pounds collectively with her close friend and others in her support system, she has completely altered the course of her life. This isn't the same Tammy the world first met in 2020. She's more confident, more curious, and more determined than ever to take charge of her future. While she continues to manage certain lingering fears and insecurities, her overall mindset is focused on growth and opportunity. Tammy's fascination with the Mustang GT isn't just about the vehicle itself. It's a symbol of how far she has come. In her darkest days, walking across a room without assistance seemed impossible. Now, she dreams of shifting gears and cruising down the open road. For anyone who has followed her journey, the image of Tammy behind the wheel of a Mustang is more than just a cool visual. It's proof of her incredible perseverance and evolving sense of identity. The car represents adventure, choice, and the kind of personal freedom that comes when a person takes their health and destiny into their own hands. She knows very well that getting a license, owning a car, and becoming a confident driver is a process that won't happen overnight. There are real hurdles she still needs to overcome. Driving lessons, conquering her fears, learning the rules of the road, all of these lie ahead. But for Tammy, just getting to the point where she can even imagine herself in that position is a massive leap from where she used to be. Tammy Slaton is proving to herself and others that it's never too late to rewrite your story. She has faced enormous physical and emotional challenges, battled societal judgment, and weathered personal doubts. But through it all, she has stayed resilient, using each milestone as motivation for the next. Today, the thought of buying a Mustang and taking driving lessons isn't just a fantasy, it's a very real goal on her horizon. Her journey serves as inspiration for anyone who feels trapped by their circumstances. Whether it's about health, fear, or lost dreams, Tammy's story reminds us that change is possible when determination and support come together. She's no longer just a reality star known for her weight loss, she's a woman taking back her independence and daring to pursue the things that once felt impossible. One day, when she finally gets behind the wheel of that Mustang, it won't just be a ride. It'll be a victory lap. Tammy Slaton is embracing a new chapter in her life after smashing her weight loss goals and undergoing skin removal surgery. Now, she's setting her sights on learning to drive, something that once felt impossible. The 1000 lb Sisters star recently shared on a podcast that her dream car is a vintage Ford Mustang GT, which she described with admiration and excitement. Despite her fear of semi-trucks and a past scary experience involving a golf cart, Tammy is determined not to let fear hold her back. She admitted she plans to take driving lessons in the future, knowing that being behind the wheel symbolizes the freedom she has worked so hard to earn. With over 2,000 pounds of combined weight loss between her and her support system, Tammy's confidence has soared. For her, driving represents more than just mobility, it's a symbol of the independence she's finally ready to claim.